Happy Wednesday, my friends. Welcome to the Daily Creative Challenges in Adobe Illustrator. My name is Julia Masalska and I am your host for these 2 weeks of amazing typography challenges. And you guys are doing such an amazing job. I wanted to give you all a compliment. I have seen some amazing letter modifications from yesterday's challenge in our Discord. Wow, I was just mind blown. I'm so excited to always see your designs and what you guys come up with. So if you are new here, if you want to join us on our Discord channel and want to see things that I was talking about just now, make sure to join us on bit.ly/AI Discord. This is where you can communicate with our community. We have over 45,000, I believe, creatives there interacting, sharing their designs, giving each other feedback, and yeah, just join us there. Cool. Who do we have here in the chat? We have Laura, Pallavi, Mesayu, Kabi, and I saw Gaz earlier, and Koli. Awesome, guys. Thanks everyone for joining. If you're joining us from YouTube, make sure to head over to be.net/live. This is where I'm going to be reading the chat and also answering all of your amazing questions. So friends, today really exciting. Yesterday we modified a letter and today we are going to actually create one. We are going to create a letter. So I'm super stoked to do this challenge with you all. But first of all, let's take a look at our Daily Creative Challenge page. If you are new here, this is the page where you should go first and you should check it out. So here you can chat with the community, which is our Discord channel that I just showed you the link to. And here, when you scroll down, you can see the new challenges popping up every single day. And we have 9 challenges total. Today we are at challenge 2, and today's challenge precisely is design a letter and using the grid and the pen tool. So we are going to do this today, my friends. We are going to create ourselves a nice grid that you can design any kind of letter in. So yeah, it's going to be super fun. Hi Lee, hi, good to see you. And Biola is here, and Nick and Arturo. Awesome. All right, my friends, so just quickly take a peek at what I was talking about earlier and your amazing work. This is just awesome. I saw all of these amazing letter modifications that you guys created, and I'm so proud. I'm really proud of you guys. And it's not that difficult to create something custom, right? And that will also help you create unique logos for your clients in the future, or for your employer. So really nice. Here, a design by Terry. I also love the way Terry adjusted the color background, and as you can see, we have the paper texture here in the file, and if you change the color of the background, you will be able to see more of that texture. So feel free to experiment with that. This looks really amazing. I love this vintage look of this. So join us here, and I'm excited to jump into the challenge today. So first, let's talk about the starter file. The starter file is basically a design that I've created for you, a file that I've created for you to be able to start right away, even though you're probably not, some of you might not even be familiar with Illustrator. You can still start, you can still download Illustrator and open this file and jump right into the design. All right, so to get the starter file, click on to get started, and you'll be able to download the Illustrator file that I'm going to be showing you right here. So this is the starter file that I've prepared for you all. And this is where we're kind of going to be designing from. And here we are, this is basically our artboard where we're going to be creating this letter. And you can feel free to modify these things. I've created some text boxes. You can also feel free to add your name to it. And in the process, I'm going to be going through different steps. Make sure to ask questions if you have any. Cool. Dima is saying, Julia is from Ukraine, my favorite mentor. Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Yes, I was born in the Ukraine, but I grew up in Germany, and now I'm here in the United States. So quite international, just like our community here. So let us know where you are tuning in from. It would be awesome to know and kind of see where you all are tuning in from. Sheikh, hi. Yulia, hi. Good to see you. All right. Cool, so my friends, first off, what we're going to create ourselves is a grid. We are going to take a look at rulers and we're going to pull ourselves a grid into it. How does that actually work? So here we have, right now I have these rulers activated at the top and also one that runs down all the way. Let me quickly adjust this here. If you don't have these rulers at the top and on the side, make sure to go onto view and rulers and activate rulers, so show rulers. Or you can simply click Command and R on your keyboard, Command R. You can also use Command R to turn them off. So as you can see, I'm turning them on and off right now. And the cool thing here is that we can pull in guides from these rulers by clicking on the ruler and dragging the guide to the side. And now we have this guide that will help us design in a specific arrangement, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull ourselves a couple of these, and we're going to create ourselves kind of like a box for our letter. So I'm going to pull some from the top and from the side, and you can feel free to also, you know, move them around and adjust them if I could. Okay, let's see. All right, I think I have to deactivate lock rulers. Let's see, rulers. Okay, we'll have to figure this out. But let's create ourselves a grid with this. So I'm going to pull in one, and I'm going to put in on the other side where my letter is supposed to end. And here I'm going to pull myself one that's going to be the bottom of the letter, right? So it's the bottom line, and I'm going to pull myself a line that's the top line, right? So now we have kind of like a arranged box of this, and here we are also going to be creating ourselves another two rulers that are kind of distributed inside the box. So 1 and 2, and from the top the same thing, 1 and 2. Kind of almost like creating ourselves the letter H in our design. And what we're also gonna do is we're gonna create another kind of help at the top here. So it's the same width as this one here. So we're gonna, you know, kind of build ourselves this little grid, and it's 4 by 6 lines, but you can also create yourself a grid that you think might work better for your letter. So this is the grid that we're going to be working off, and right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pen tool to start designing my letter, right? So first of all, what I want to do is I want to select all of the objects in the artboard, and I want to lock them. So I don't want to access none of these objects while I'm designing my letter, because I don't want to be disturbed. So I'm clicking Command and 2, and now everything is locked. As you can see, I cannot select anything. So here now I'll be able to you know, use this grid and design on top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the pen tool, and with the pen tool we can go in here and create ourselves a shape. So the pen tool has a certain functionality. If we click and click somewhere else, we will get a like a corner, right? But by the way, to get out of the pen tool, you can click Escape, and then you will start with a new composition basically with the pen tool. Now, if we click and then click, hold, and drag, we create ourselves a curve, right? And then we can create ourselves a nice curve that we can use for our letters. So if you just click and move away from it, it becomes a corner. But if you click and drag, you will get a curve. And these points that we have, the handles that we have, determine the way the curve flows, right? So let's just go back to our letter. I'm going to remove these two for now. We don't really need them. So we're gonna go back to our letter, and we're going to zoom in nicely so we have a good overview of how this, you know, how the letter looks. And I'm going to take the pen tool, and you can decide here whichever letter you want to create. So in my case, I'm going to create, what should I create? Maybe like a Z. So I'm going to create the letter Z. And for us, we have orientational lines. So this is the top, right? And this is the bottom. And here we have the right side, and here the left side of the letter. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm going to click on this corner, click on that corner, click on this corner, click on that corner, click on this corner, and click on that corner. And I'm basically drawing out the shape of the Z, right? I'm drawing out the shape of the Z, and in the end, it's important to close up the shape by clicking on that point that we started off. And once you're hovering over that point, you will see Illustrator is showing you this this little circle next to your pen tool symbol. So I'm closing up this this element now, and now I have a complete letter Z here, and I can go in and create adjustments to it. So right now it's a very minimalistic sans serif letter, but I can also go in and you know, create myself serifs. So I can make it more curvy, and I can make it more interesting and exciting. So for that, what I can do is I can add elements. I can add serifs to my letter. And for that, we're going to be working with a pen tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to create ourselves an additional element here for the Z. So I have clicked on the end where the letter is kind of ending, and I went down just a little bit, and now I'm going into the line, and I'm kind of trying to meet the line, and I'm clicking and dragging and creating myself this curve, right? So now I've created myself this curve, and now this is becoming some kind of characteristic element for the Z. This is called a serif, right? So serif letters usually have those little corner elements that that are part of a serif typeface. So now what can we do with this? We can right click, we can join it. So that means that our element is becoming a complete shape. And what we can also do is we can copy and paste it and reuse the same element at the bottom of the Z. So now I'm going to click Option, click and hold Option and drag it down, and I'm going to hold Shift to turn it around in I think about 180 degrees, right? And now I'm going to pull it down and set it right on top of this bottom part of the Z. And now I have this very beautiful custom letter Z that I can use to create, you know, maybe a typeface. So, and for creation of typefaces, what I usually do is I create myself copies of these little elements, and these are going to be my serifs that I'm going to be adding to every single letter that I create, so that every letter has this very specific touch and this very specific curve that I have here. All right, let me see if we have any questions. Right click on artboard and you can see unlock guide option. Okay. Right click on artboard, unlock guides. Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much. So now we can move around our guides and, you know, adjust them to whatever we need. So this is what we've got. Usually I think I had set it by default onto not locking, but anyway, thanks so much for that tip. All right, Megan is saying, looks like I'm not too late today. You're never too late. And of course, feel free to rewatch this show. And kind of, if you have, you know, had trouble walking step by step and you want to repeat something, or if you want to recreate it again, then feel free, of course, to rewatch this. Awesome! Our jobs and careers are more fun to do. Yay! Can you use pen curvature tool to do this also? Yeah, that's exactly what I just did. Okay. All right, how can I zoom in easily? That's a good question. So holding Option, and on my mouse I'm going up and down. So you can go hold Option and go up and down to zoom in. But this is the Mac mouse. So I believe you just, if you have a mouse with a little wheel, I think you can go up and down there as well. All right, so we have our letter Z, and now what do we do with this, and how can we, you know, how can we export this? We can go ahead and click onto File, Export, Export. Oh, by the way, let's preview our letter without the guides. So I can just remove them by selecting them all and clicking and deleting them. So clicking the button delete on your keyboard, just like that. But right now, you know, I can also go back and I can always click Command and Z, and you never have lost them, so don't worry about it. But I want to preview my design without the guides, and I think this letter came out just really interesting. And I would like for you to experiment, so you don't even have to go with this very minimalistic design. You can also create something a little bit more extravagant, and the proportions can also vary, right? Okay, so, all right, let me export this letter now. I'm going into File, Export, Export As, and here you can select JPEG, and most importantly, click Use Artboards. Otherwise, Illustrator will export the whole workspace, which is not what we want, right? So use Artboards, and I'm going to click Export. And here we want to set the resolution to medium, so 150 pixels per inch. And the color mode should be RGB, so RGB. And here you can determine the quality of the image. So here we want to have a good quality. So I'm clicking OK. And there we go. I've already exported my letter. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into our Discord and I'm going to post my letter. So let's see if I can find it really quick here. Okay, let me actually just drag and drop this from my files. I don't want you to have to look through all of my files. All right, so let me know, guys, if you have any question so far. Hello, friends. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Brazil in the house. Genival, thank you so much. Great. So did Julia make the Z from scratch? Yes, I just made it from scratch, and it's super easy. And I'm going to post my Z into the Discord, so you can literally drag and drop the file or the image into the challenge page, and here you can write something. So I'm gonna write my challenge of today, letter Z. There we go. A little emoji. Okay, and I'm gonna upload my file, and you'll be able to all see and see how you like it. All right, cool, awesome, my friends. And so another thing that you can do once you have designed this letter, you can unite all of these objects. So we have created, remember, we have created these parts, these two parts, and the main Z element. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select all of those, and so that I have one complete letter Z without any distractions and any cuts, I'm going to go into the Pathfinder here, and I'm gonna click Unite. So now, let's see. We have to be very precise here, because as you can see, my element was not actually connected to my letter Z. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna have to zoom in. This is counting pixels, my friends. This is counting pixels. Okay. Oh, I see. So sometimes you have things like snap to pixel. So I want to turn this off so that my design does not snap to pixel anymore, because I want to put it right like so that they barely kind of touch each other, right? They are barely touching each other. And I want to do the same thing with the top one. You know, those are things you don't really see, like this little distance that's between the actual letter Z and my little serif element. Yeah, so let's see. This looks pretty good. All right, so let's unite those. Again, I'm selecting all of them and I'm clicking the little unite button here. And as you can see, the bottom part united. The top part hasn't united yet, so I'll have to go in and see why that's the case. So I'm gonna go in and place it a little bit further to the top. And again, I'm gonna try it again, see if they all now are coming together. And they are. As you can see now, they are all united and my letter Z is complete. And here, if you want to tweak a little bit, if you want to adjust tiny things, you can go in with the direct selection tool. So here you can select the direct selection tool, and you can go on into the specific points, and you can adjust them. So you can even make it a little bit more extreme, the way the Z kind of shows the serif. And you can of course go into this, the several points. You can adjust the curves here still, right? So we want to make sure that this curve is nice and straight. And the same thing I will do here. So I will adjust this curve just a little bit, right? And you have so much freedom. You can literally do so many things with this. All right, cool. How is it looking? Is it all very clear so far, or any questions? I'm new to Illustrator and I have a question. My pen tool does not fill in the shape. What am I doing wrong? So the thing is, the reason why your pen is not filling in the shape is because you don't have any fill color selected. So right now, if I double click on this, I will have the white color selected, and when I start designing with a pen tool, it will the shape will already be filled. But you know what, I actually recommend you guys not having this fill, because it can get a little bit distracting, and you know, it can while you're creating the points, it can overlap and create some weird confusing points. So here instead, what I would do is I would make the fill actually the outline. So I'm going to swap them, and now you can see my outline is white and my fill is 0, so that means there's no color. And that's actually even better, because when you start designing, you will see that you're designing with an actual outline that will help you understand your shape way better. So make sure to set that. Okay, hopefully I could answer your question, and hopefully this is now clear. All right, are you closing the shape and make sure your fill is not set to, yeah, okay, good. Wade is doing a great job. Thank you so much, Wade. All right, what else? Looks like we all are set so far. So maybe we can create another quick one, so I can show you guys how to really be a little bit more experimental. So again, I'm going to pull in some guides from the sides, right? And again, just to repeat, these rulers that you have at the top and on the side, they're not always there. So if you don't see the ruler, click Command and R on your keyboard and you will see them. And also with Command and R, you can turn them off. So, all right, let's create another quick one right here, like that. And I'm really approximate with the distances here. You can be very precise and create yourself rectangles and measure it up, so everything's pretty precise, but I'm kind of trusting my my eye right now. And I'm also using my design here as a guidance, because you know, it's already there and it's symmetric. Why not use it? Cool. All right, so we can do something like this. And as you can see, this letter is going to be a little bit more lengthy. It's going to be a little bit more condensed. Okay. All right, so and the top and the bottom always need to have the same width. So if we see the top part, it needs to have the same kind of width as the bottom, right? And as you can see now, it isn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to adjust my guides so it is. All right, cool. So let's design the letter. We can go in again with the pen tool, and we have again 6 lines and 4 lines up here. So I'm gonna again go in and start designing. So what's going to be my next design? Okay, my next design is going to be the number 6. Okay, so I'm starting at the top like that. And I'm going to create myself the top part of the 6 first, and here I can create myself a circle, and then I can adjust it. So I'm going to create an ellipse at the top like that. And since I'm kind of working with my guides, I want to make sure that it fits perfectly into those guides, right? Okay, so now I can go in here and I can adjust my my curve at the top. So I can go in with the direct selection tool and adjust that to where it's supposed to go, right? There we go, something like that. All right, so this is a weird looking 6, I have to admit, but I'm sure you guys can do better. It looks quite experimental though, I don't know. I might like it, I might not like it. And then here we can create another ellipse, again following the guide. There we go. I don't think a 6 is an easy to create number. And then I'm going to select both of these shapes, so the circle that's underneath and the ellipse that's on top, and I'm going to go into my properties and cut them out from each other. So basically what I did, I used the minus front tool, again the cookie cutter technique that we've been using, and this is this very funny looking 6. And you know, the way your letters come out is actually very dependent on the proportions that you have in your guides, right? So we have a very tall top here and bottom, and then we have a very narrow kind of inner circle here. So that all kind of, you know, it makes the difference. All right, my friends, thank you so much everybody for joining today, and make sure to submit your design to the Daily Creative Challenge page. I mean, not to the Daily Creative Challenge page, but to our Discord channel in the challenge hashtag. And yeah, hopefully we can see you guys all tomorrow in the same time, same place. And here again, quickly, the link bit.ly/AI Discord. And I'm looking forward to your guys' submissions. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And of course, feel free to shoot me questions if you have any in the Discord. I'll see you tomorrow for the next challenge. Bye-bye.